Hey everybody, it's Amber here for Tune In Tuesday with Hope Healing Our Past Experiences, and I just want to welcome you back again this week where we discuss the tough stuff, answer your questions, and share stories of hope. And so I was reminded recently about what it used to be like in the bedroom for my husband and I. So I kind of giggle in that, but really my heart is to talk to you about how to have healthy relationships, and that includes in the bedroom having healthy sexual relationships, right? And so I think I'm just going to do a series this month on healthy relationships, healthy sexual relationships. And I know for some you're like, oh, it's February and love and Valentine's Day and and others are like, gag, it's so sad I don't have anybody. But in reality, you do have people. You have people who love you and care for you. And I'm one of them. Like, I love y'all, okay? And so I love you enough to tell you the truth, which is what I plan to do every week and every time you talk to me. And so one of the things I want to bring up today, though, is where I was just very disconnected in the bedroom. And for some, you'd be like, what does that look like? What does that sound like? Well, because I had been introduced to trauma at a very young age, the way that our Creator made us, that when we experience trauma, whether it's a car wreck or it's war or sometimes childbirth can be traumatic, there's a lot of different things that could be traumatic for us, is the way that we survive that when we're in the most traumatic part of that is we disconnect. Now, if you may think, why? How could I tell if I'm disconnecting? Well, in the bedroom, it's going to look something like this. You're in the middle of being intimate with your spouse or your significant other. There's somebody that you chose to be, you consented to this, okay? And because you consented to this is something that you're wanting to do. And you're wanting to be intimate with them, and your idea of intimate is, okay, we're gonna do this and we're there, but your brain is like, hey, I need to do this, and this. Oh, and by the way, when we're done here, I'm gonna do this, and this, right? Because we're not really mentally involved in what's going on, right? And for us who have been used to this all of our lives, because it was just part of the normal that was created out of the junk that we had went through, right? We just think that everybody does it, right? Until we have the reality check, like some of you might be having right now, right? And so because of that, don't be hard on yourself. Like, you can overcome this, right? And so I want to encourage you, because that's not the way that sex was created. Sex was really created to be this beautiful level of intimacy between a husband and wife. Actually, to be sacred, right? Even that word is used sometimes. And so if you're desiring a deeper level of intimacy with your spouse, I want to challenge you. If you're somebody who has been disconnected in the bedroom, I want you to think of ways that you could change your atmosphere. For me, a lot of my trauma happened in the dark. So we would have light of some sort. You don't have to have those bright lights on, because I know you girls, like, you feel exposed, but I promise you, your husband loves you, loves them curves, loves whatever you have. They love you. You may be insecure, but they love you. It's okay, all right? So be vulnerable. And you can have candlelight, right? So if, for me, I couldn't even have music because my brain would be like, oh, I know that song, right? So it had to be quiet for me. But maybe you need music. I don't know, right? It's about creating an atmosphere that you feel most comfortable and most confident in, that you're gonna let your walls down a little bit, right? And for me, it was hard for me to enjoy this thing that had been tainted and just darkened all of my life, because there was never a time in my life that wasn't there. I have his memories as early as 2, right? So there was nothing I ever remember prior to it. And so my husband, I'm his one and only anything. Like, he didn't even have a girlfriend before me. Total love story. Doesn't happen all the time. Yes, I'm highly blessed, all right? So, but what I say is, like, for me, like, he didn't have anybody to compare me to. That's awesome, because my crazy was his normal, okay? And so, but I want to encourage you, it doesn't matter if you've had relationship with other people and that you feel like you failed, even in your current relationship, maybe your marriage that you're in right now. Love your husband enough to be willing to try something new, right? Make yourself vulnerable, create a different atmosphere in your bedroom if that's your safe place. If your bedroom's not your safe place, pick somewhere else, right? Because I know people who have experienced trauma in their bedroom and they don't like the bedroom. Be creative, but it's around your comfort zones, right? And what you're comfortable with. To point, open your eyes. That's the biggest key in this. So the media tells us, close your eyes and have this emotional kiss, flip that leg up and everything. But really, like, the eyes are the window to our soul, right? And so look into their eyes. Know that who you're being intimate is who you're being intimate with. Because a lot of us who have experienced trauma, like, we don't like being caught off guard, right? And then for next week, I want to talk about, like, creating this atmosphere in your bedroom that's your garden, right? Things that you choose and that you choose not to have in there, so you don't have to worry about triggers. That's a little nugget for next week, so you'll want to check back. And I love seeing you all each week, so just see you then.